Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to Factory Fun, the series in which you tell me which robots to try from the community factory, and I do so to the very best of my ability, giving my honest first impressions of the bot, and of course, rating it out of 5 in both style and combat. In today's episode, we have the Red Herring. Your enemies won't know what hit them. Paint red if possible. So I'm actually really happy that the designer decided to not paint this thing red before uploading it to the store. Simply because if you do paint a robot red, red is one of the premium colors, which means only premium users can actually purchase this from the store, which honestly is a shame. So I always do try and encourage people, if you're going to upload a robot to the store to try and get any sales, please consider painting it with the non-premium colours and making sure not to use things like glass and other cosmetics, so it's also not a Galaxy Cache only robot. And with that, I have went ahead and purchased the Red Herring and, well, painted it red. So we actually do have the Red Herring in its true colours. And I've got to say, I personally prefer it in orange. I've also went ahead and added a single piece of glass because it was just crying to be a piece of glass. Like I said, if you do use glass, however, it will be a Galaxy Cache only vehicle if you upload it to the store. If I was going to be keeping this robot for any amount of time, however, I will say that I would be probably painting things not just red, because although the instructions said simply to paint red, this would definitely look better if it had a bit of black or a bit of grey, and of course if I wasn't using premium colours, probably orange and grey. But that's not really here nor there. I'll be rating it on the basic shape, not the colours in terms of style. But before we get into the rating, let's get into our first team deathmatch to see how it handles on the battlefield. And so begins the first battle. So the first impressions I've had of this flyer are that it's very easy to fly, but it does have one major problem. It's constantly trying to pitch upwards, which simply means if I am not focusing, I'm going to be really high up really quickly, when that wasn't my intention. Let's see if we can do any damage to that very block spammy robot down there, which is clearly trying to be an 80-80, and I think maybe a rail bot as well, which is kind of terrifying, honestly. Though, to be honest, other than the pitching issue, it's not that bad. A little bit sluggish on the controls, but very, very easy to handle. And I really wish I had stronger plasmas here, but we're not even a 3000 ranking bot, so naturally we do have very under-tiered weaponry. Well, not under-tiered, just very weak weaponry. So anything with block spam is going to take a very long time to kill. Yay! We hit him and everything! Wow, we did a lot of damage to him. But I am going to ignore him and try and go for whoever's currently capping. Oh, we almost killed him there. Let's try and finish him off before he starts healing. There we go. We got our second kill of the match. Taking damage very well there, thankfully dodging that rail at the end. I'm going to heal up though now. I'm not going to go back straight into that fight. And the pitching causing an issue there, and back down to the earth. Okay, we're fine, everything's fine. Really wish that our teammates didn't just go right in there one at a time though. That was pretty darn bad. Oh. That was not my control. I am trying to control this thing desperately, but I think I must have lost one of our rudders or something. Ah, that's a shame. It was quite a good match as well, but it does seem like this is the end. Trying to spot over the ledge there, not really going too well. Uh-oh, they have a flyer, so he can hit us now. Well, may as well fire away. Let's be awkward for them. Get some more RP for us, why not? Lost a lot of control now. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought I got that kill, but our teammate did. Either way, very happy. One more of the enemies did just get destroyed. We are proving to be a bit of a nuisance. And taking damage exceedingly well, although there is something trying to attack us now. Can we get back into the air, though? Oh, well, that's a very large bot in comparison to us. Yeah, we're never going to win that. absolute block spam there on the enemy team. Oh well, we did fairly well. In fact, we got top score on a losing match, so I am more than happy with that battle, even if we did end up getting destroyed by a very large looking laser tank. Although it could have been a laser cruiser. I don't know, it had lasers, it was pretty scary. So, rating then. In terms of style, I really like how this bot looks. I'm going to give it a 4. I think it could very easily be a 5 if it wasn't for the rudders underneath. I don't like how they look, although I think they're necessary for making this thing even fly. In terms of combat, it takes damage very, very well. In fact, a lot better than I expected. But that constant pitching upwards is a big issue for me. I really dislike flyers which aren't even. I don't know why, it's just for me really, it's a bigger issue for me than other people. So I'm going to give it a 4.5. In my eyes it's a 4.5. For its ranking, it did exceedingly well. It's still easy to handle, and the weapons are placed very well. So a 4 for combat and a 4 for style. Let's get into another team deathmatch and see how we do there. Hopefully a victory if we play as well as we did in that match. And so begins the second battle, and honestly a little bit scared because we have several Proto Seeker teammates, which means there's a good chance there's a lot of Proto Seekers on the enemy team as well. And with its recent damage increase but range nerf, they are being used a lot on interceptors. So, really wouldn't like to see one of those in this little pre-3000 ranking robot. So let's be as careful as possible, just go round the edge, and hopefully we can do some spotting for the team, and maybe a little bit of hit and run. Spot you, spot you, spot you, shall we fire? Yeah, he's already firing at us. Did a fair bit of damage to him, sadly not quite taking him out though. Let's go in there for a second volley. That did pretty much nothing. I feel like his weapons may be a little bit stronger than mine, because the damage my weapons are doing to his weapons are very, very low. Or is very low. Oop. Flying rail after us as well. Wow, I haven't seen a little helium bottle out in ages. Bye-bye. Again, not really doing much to him though. Oh, come on! My damage is so low! I must have hit him like 4 times then. Did I just not hit him? He started to actually regen then. I believe we may have encountered a bug, because we can't damage him right now. Yeah, that's definitely a bug. Even with our quite weak plasma, we should have been able to damage him a little bit easier. Actually, he could have been a module. I'm not sure about module's health. With that size, that could have been a module, so I take it back. There's a good chance that isn't a bug. Just me being very, very confused about everything. The constant pitching upwards is making this a little bit difficult. Which is a shame, because other than that, there isn't really any problems with this flyer. Going once. Yeah, I don't think I really want to 1 versus 1 that copter, honestly. We are a lot smaller and a lot more frail. Let's just go and help Cap. Our teammates can be killed instead. I am too much of a coward. Hello. Can we be friends? One of our Proto Seeker friends there at the back. That's actually a really cute bot. Like a really simple to make and kind of silly bot, but also absolutely adorable. And we have victory! Excellent. We win, we did okay, and we survived. And I think the surviving part there is the most important. Let's go into another match and see if we can have a similar battle to that one, but hopefully doing a little bit more damage, not being completely confused by what was, I think, just a module. Before we continue, let's have a quick look at the module's health, just to see if that was the case. We have 10,000 in the way of the power booster, we have 11,000 in the way of the disc shield module, We have only 9,000 for that, and 11,000 for that. Yeah, that doesn't seem like that's the case then, as we would have very easily been able to destroy that with how many plasma hits we managed to land. And I believe we're using the Plasma Disruptor. We have 88, which means, yep, we're using the Plasma Disruptor, and if we look at the damage there at 13,000, we should have been able to kill that, really. So, not quite sure what was going on there. Either way, let's just get straight into another team deathmatch and forget this unpleasantry. The third battle begins. Okay, we have a very curious little bot there, which is just a rail attached to a couple of hovers. And we also have something very similar with a very small shotgun robot also on our team. So this may be a bit of a weird third battle, honestly. Just spot him, and he's just unleashed all of his power, so let's try and do a bit of damage to him. Not all that much done, but at least slowed him down a little bit. Ah, a little Tesla bot. Now with far less Tesla. Honestly, I'm far less scared by that bot than the rather block spammy Plasma currently attacking me, so let's just focus on him instead. But saying that, that was just a very, very easy kill. Also getting a little bit of frame loss today, although there have been a series of very small patches earlier, so that's kind of to be expected, honestly. Ah, there goes our teammate, sadly. There goes a shotgun, and there goes him. Thankfully, we're the ones who took out the shotgun, which means we get all the CPU damage done. Do we try and cap, or do we continue to fight? I think we should just fight and try and hold them off, and apparently one of those shots actually hit. Yay me! Oh, although that definitely hit a lot harder. We've lost one of our wings. And there goes our control. One of the problems with this bot is definitely the fact that if you get hit on one side, you instantly lose control. Really wish I had stronger plasmas. There we go. Oh, Rail's after us again. I don't know where he is. I just spotted randomly then, hoping to be somewhat accurate. Sadly not. Good, he got the kill there. I'm going to try and go back and disrupt the capping. There's the Rail, who did see us, but we did a lot of damage to him. There we go. Well, at least we reset the cap. Oh, that's a Proto Seeker. I don't want to get any closer, but I don't really have any control of my bot so far. Is that all he's got? If that's all he's got in the way of the Proto Seeker, then we've got a good chance of actually killing him, since he can't hit that high up. Although we have still lost a lot of our control right now, since we're so high up. Come on, let's get down, do some work. Yeah, that's all he has, is the Proto Seeker. Excellent. Not so scary against flyers anymore, unless, of course, it's being used as an interceptor. Rail getting the kill steal, but us having a massive score in comparison to the second place. Excellent. Absolutely lovely for such a low-ranking robot fighting things like Proto-Seekers. The battle classes at the moment seem a little bit weird, since apparently I'm always in Battle Class 1, though I'm fighting things like shotguns and Proto-Seekers, and even the odd missile launcher. Not quite sure what's going on there, but let's go ahead and have one last battle, as honestly I'm having a lot of fun with this flyer. And so begins the final battle. A lot of our teammates have Proto-Seekers and shotguns, which does make me a little bit nervous, and once again apparently we are in Battle Class 1, which is a little bit weird considering the weaponry and the ranking that must give the robots on our team, so not quite sure what's going on there, but this is now a weird Battle Class 1. A lot of damage dealt there. Oh, missile launcher. Let's see if we can get as low as possible. I really want to make a run for it and try and hit one of these once again with a full volley. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but I don't really care. Oh, being hit by a rail there, though we did get a kill. Excellent. Where did that rail come from? maximum ranking rails and a missile launcher. That is absolutely horrible. Okay, definitely not maximum ranking rails, but still a very nasty missile launcher. Well, 1 kill, 1 death. A nice, fair way to end the episode, and a bit of a segue to me saying that at the moment, ranking and the battle classes and the matchmaking are just insane at the moment if you go above 2000 ranking in Robocraft. It's absolutely horrible. I would hate to be a new player right now, getting their robot to around about 2000 ranking, and then being hit by all sorts of stuff like that. It really isn't fair, and it's not a pleasant experience, especially when you're playing a robot such as a flyer, which can be incredibly vulnerable if you use it very aggressively. It's just not a very pleasant experience. And the reason why I say 2000 ranking is just because at the moment a lot of people are telling me that under 2000 ranking you tend not to see anything really out of the ordinary. No mega plasmas, no mega lasers, no missile launchers, and it tends to be just yourself. But as soon as you hit 2000, that's when the problems occur. And at 2000 ranking, if you're a new player, you're not really going to have anything out of the ordinary, especially since this robot here is 2800, and it uses pretty weak weaponry, and pretty low-tier stuff everywhere. And I do apologise for my stammering there, I'm still pretty ill, speaking is pretty difficult. But with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Robocraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. If you would like to see your robot in a future episode of Factory Fun, then please, in the comments below, leave your username, the robot's name, the robot's ranking, and what type of robot it is, such as a plasma aerofoil, or a rotor blade laser, or something cool like that. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.